What's our objective today? Objective is to create a tribute page. Okay?
Okay.
The next question is, what do we want on this page? What do we want on this tribute page?
Okay. Now, when we say tribute page, does it have to be for someone, or can it be about anything?
It could be anything.
Okay.
It could be a hobby. It could be, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
This exercise is for you to plan a project
Mm-hmm.
and then look at the elements you want on your website.
Mm-hmm.
Research those elements if you don't know them off the top of your head, which most people don't when you're new.
Mm-hmm.
And execute. So this is what
Okay.
we're working on, okay? So on my tribute page, I want to have, this is what I want my tribute page. I want to have an image on it.
Uh-huh.
I'm talking about. I want to have a list of items about my person or topic.
Uh-huh.
And then I want to be able to link a wiki page about my person / topic, whatever I decided, okay?
Okay.
So we have 3 elements that we need to, that we want to add on our page.
Okay.
You could even drill it down a little bit more specific, like I want to have a heading title. Do you know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
So anytime we're working on a project, you really have to, I mean, some people can just start coding and just build stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I have it on paper. I have it on 8.5 by 11.
When you're new, I think it's really important to okay, what do I want to build?
Mm-hmm.
How do I want this to look? What elements am I going to put on this page?
Mm-hmm.
You know, oh, I'm sorry, one more last thing. The 4th thing is we want to decorate. I spelled decorate with CSS, which means we need to link a CSS page to our index.html page. So those are the 4 things that our aim is for today. Okay?
Okay, perfect.
Not only do we want text on our website, we want it to have a picture, we want it to have a link, and we want to be able to decorate our web page with colors or different fonts or something, right?
Okay, yeah.
So we know what we want to do, we know what we want on it. And this is what I think is really, really valuable when you're new, is to actually sketch out what your page is going to look like, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So let's just do this. I'm going to draw an image. This is an image. So my first component, I don't know, it's backwards.
So, there you go, I see it, yep.
It's going to be an image on my page, and this should be an image tag.
Okay.
Sunny over here. An image tag, right?
Right, the A, yep, the href and the A and the attributes and the pictures and all that other stuff, yeah.
It's going to be an image tag. So this is going to be an actual image. Do we want it to be the top third of it? Do we want it to be at the bottom? And this is where you actually start to sketch out your web page. You know? So on my tribute page, I'm going to have my image be on like the top third of the page.
Okay.
Okay. I think I should put a heading above my image so you know what this is about, right? So that's what I'm going to do. I kind of like, and this is why it's really good to title. And you should, each one, like here. Okay, so perfect, yeah. And it's helpful to actually put in the elements that you want. So it's going to be in H1. It's going to be the biggest heading font on my webpage, the eye captioner. You know, you capture your eye, okay? So far we have a title, we have an image, and now I just want to list items. Do I want it a numbered item or do I just want bullet points?
Right.
On my tribute page, I just want bullet points. So it's going to be an UL, an unordered list.
Unordered list, yep.
And so with every opening bracket, you have a closing one. So I'm just going to put my closing one just at the bottom here somewhere.
And then everything inside is an LI, and they always have an opening and closing around each individual item.
Perfect.
Yep.
Right?
I've been paying attention. I just don't know what to do with it.
Yeah. Okay. So, and I'm just gonna like draw a line. Like this will be how many, oh gosh, can you see this?
Yeah, just if you tilt it down a little bit, then the glare doesn't hit the notebook. Yeah, it's all better.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
top down.
in our structure, we have an image, we have
Mm-hmm.
items about our topic. And so underneath, we need to add a an anchor element so we can link to a wiki page.
Okay.
So underneath our list items,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do, it's going to be an anchor tag. href equals something.
Mm-hmm.
Wiki, close my anchor. So, wait, can you see that?
Barely, but yeah.
Like,
You're good. Yep.
but do you know what I'm talking about, right?
I do know. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we've talked about what we're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
We've sketched out our project.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're like, okay, I have my structure. Every single element on this web page,
Mm-hmm.
I use the actual element name, like UL, LI, right?
Lie. Mm-hmm.
And it's really helpful, like when you're new, to actually draw it out. You need to have a blueprint of what you're doing. You know what I mean? Some people just start going, and that's when they are familiar with how to do things. It's just like writing a paper. Like after you learn the structure of it, you could just start typing. But
Right.
you need to like write an outline, and this is exactly what your project is. This is an outline for what you're going to do. Roadmap your design process.
And is my understanding correct that a lot of programmers later on, once they've done this a few times, they end up setting a preset format that they can then just call back and recall, and then they're just filling things in after that?
Yeah, it's a boilerplate. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Perfect. Okay.
So, any questions so far?
No, but I have an idea for the topic I think I want to do. It's something that actually relates to another volunteer project I'm a part of, potentially.
Okay.
And I want to call it One Navy Spouse. And to make it a tribute page that would link resources that, because I'm on Facebook and I'm a moderator for several pages, spouse pages, a lot of questions asked. It's usually the same question. And 90% of the time, those questions can be answered by a simple Google search to the right link. But if we go to One Navy Spouse and we have the question right there and we can link it right to the answer, that might be a little bit easier for people to navigate.
Mm-hmm.
Just an idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, so it would, what was it called again? One Navy
Spouse. Yeah. ONE Navy Spouse. Yeah.
Okay.
Just a thought.
So
a practice thought.
so we have our notes, we have our structure planned out. Now let's build. Let's start building this. I'm going to show you a program called CodePen.io.
Okay.
I like it and I don't like it. I think it's kind of nice because it shows you immediately what you're typing without downloading a text editor, and you could share your link to other people, so you actually could link it to your profile, your portfolios. So remember you asked, like, how do I get this?
Oh, okay.
How do other people actually see what I'm doing? Right?
Mm-hmm.
That is a tool you can use, and you could build a website. You could literally build, there's some limitations, but you pretty much could build a static website or projects or whatever, and then send someone a URL and they can look at your project online. So that's a way to share.
Okay.
One thing I don't like, two things I don't like.
How does the project get on?
We'll do one and I'll show you. Okay. It's the platform that it's built on. It's a website. You use their tools, and then it gives you options to share with it. It gives you options to edit your code and whatnot. But the two things I don't like about it is that you can't upload images for free. So like, let's say you had a really nice image. You can't upload your own images. You could link to other website of that image, but you can't, you know what I mean? If you've taken your own picture.
So you're stuck using Imager? Okay. Yeah.
And the second thing, it's kind of buggy. Like, I've used it before to teach people how to build websites, and I know it's valid HTML. Like, I know this is correct, 100% correct, but the program won't read it correctly. But me, as an experienced developer, I know that it's fine. I know it's not me, it's the program. But if you're new and it doesn't work, you're like, oh, I've messed up. And then you scrap your project.
Yeah.
Even though you're right and the platform is wrong. You know what I mean? So I want to, if you use a straight up full on text editor, you know it's your mistake. You know what I mean? There's no like, could it be the program or is it me? It's me. You know, like I know it's me, so I need to go back and fix the program. But CodePen, you're just like, why is this not working? A third thing is it makes it very easy to build, so you don't.
The skill set doesn't happen.
Yeah. So you don't have to link your CSS page. If you just start typing CSS properties,
Yeah.
it will just do it for you. You don't have to link CSS to HTML indexing, which is kind of cool. But if you're in the beginning stages, you really need to know how to do that. So if you don't know how to do that, if you start to build websites and you skip that step, it's a step out of your learning process. So it's better, CodePen is better for people who are very familiar with format. They are very familiar with HTML. So they understand when things get buggy, they're not going to get frustrated. They're just like, I know it works, so I'm just going to continue to build, and then I'll refresh and it will be fine. You know what I mean? But when you're new and you don't know, I would hate for that to deter someone. Anyways, let's go there.
Okay.
I'm gonna go open.
So what do you need me to do? You need me to
a new window and a new browser, and I'm gonna open CodePen, CodePen.io.
Okay, well, I need to get, hold on a second here. I need to make your screen small so I can get to my, oh, wait a minute. I'll go over here. Hold on a second here. Hold on.
You might have to,
I got it.
You'll probably have to create an account.
Okay. CodePen.io. It wants to come up with codependent automatically. I'm like, no. All right, so yeah, I need to sign up because I don't have that yet. All right.
Just go ahead and sign up.
That'll take 2 seconds. All right. There we go. Okay, now join CodePen free. I see that. Good. All right.
You know, you can pay for the upgraded one.
And what's the is there a value in paying?
Well, you could upgrade and pay, and then you could upload your own images, like I talked about. But I just don't feel like it's worth the money when you could just do it on your own in a straight Coda. So we're going to do this 2 ways, Mercedes. I'm going to show you on CodePen, and I'm going to show you just building it straight out with in your text editor. So you can decide which way works better for you. And sometimes it's just kind of nice to hop into CodePen and build something quickly to see if it works. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you don't want to.
No, totally.
Yeah, because sometimes you have to set up your environment. It takes time. You know, you open everything up, whatnot. Anyways.
Okay, great. Okay, so I'm signed up and signed in, and I am going to just save. I'm not going to do the profile aspect yet. I can go back and do that later.
Do that back later.
Okay, I'm in. And I have, they're going to give me a tour of the pen editor, but I cannot take the tour, and I probably take that later on, right? Okay, so, okay, and I've got my 3 screens, got HTML, CSS, and the JavaScript screen all ready to go, 3 across the top.
I'm going to do a new project.
Okay. And yeah, mine says untitled, so would I just start typing and then I can hit save and name it after that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Untitled. So yeah, I'm going to.
Okay, now your screen looks different than mine at the moment, but that's okay. I'm cool. Ooh, you got the beta. Ooh.
If they give me the beta because I have an old account. They're like, we want you to come back and play with us. You haven't been here for a while. Or I could just do new pen. Did you do new pen? Is that what you have?
It just opened up to untitled, a pen. It's because everything's new for me. Okay, great. So on the Mac, it goes down from top to bottom. On the PC, it goes left to right.
Yours is on top like this?
Yep, sure is.
No problem. We'll just change it.
Oh,
sorry. I thought I had turned off my phone.
You're good. That's fine.
I usually turn it off. Okay. Okay, so we have our project structure. This is the bad thing about CodePen. Normally, I would recommend for your group to do this too, like actually write out all the exact code you want to put on your website.
Okay.
Like /doc_type HTML.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
HTML. Then you have a closing HTML tag. And between the HTML tags, you have the head. You know, like you can either write it out, which I think is actually very good because it helps connect the process, and then you can type it Repetition is good for me. I am a good repetition learner. I like doing it over and over again until my mind is automatic.
That I am a kinesthetic learner as well. And once I do it a couple times, then it'll be under my fingers. But if I just watch, I don't learn it nearly as well. So I am actually, I'm doing this now. I'm putting in the head and the titles and all that other stuff as well. So, yep.
You want to build your one Navy
That would be awesome.
click?
Spouse.
One Navy spouse.
I know it sounds crazy.
But this is why it's so important for women to learn how to do things. Do you know?
Mhm.
Because we're so creative. We have so many ideas and solutions. We just have to get it to a mass audience, and the best way is online. So,
Title. And in the end, I need to end it. Okay.
if we had a CSS page, this is where you would link it.
Okay.
But with CodePen,
Yeah.
they link it for you. So I'm going to write a comment here.
There we go. That's what I was, yeah.
This is where your CSS link would go. But CodePen, you don't have to do it. After your head is always the body. So you do your body, and this is where your actual text that people will see. You have an opening body and you have a closing body.
Going through my head is that song, I'm in love with your body. Okay. All right. My kids just did a little mini freak. My teens are all embarrassed now. It's all good. All right. We're good. And mine looks like yours. We're in, including I even put the comment in mine too, so I can remember all this when I grow up.
Nice. Okay, so we have a blueprint. Blueprint. So let's do it. H1.
Okay.
We're going to do an H1. And this is going to be called One Navy Spouse. Close your H1.
Okie dokie smoky, we're in. Yep.
So the next, we have our title. And then we said we're going to put an image tag in, right?
Yeah.
So if you don't know the format of an image tag, let's say you know it, you want an image tag, but you can't remember the whole structure of the element of an image tag, you are going to Google it. You're going to put in.
Oh, I cheated and went to Barnes & Noble. The old school, but here, I'll Google it too, just so we can have fun. All right, so I'm going to Google image tag.
How to add an image tag in HTML. So Google it out, see what you get. It should be WW3, or what else should it be? Or WikiHow. Oh, I like W3 School. I personally like, and that's
okay. That's one of the first ones that comes up anyway, right?
One of the first ones that come up, yeah.
Yep, sure enough. Yep, and then yep,
so
perfect.
What it is you have an opening bracket. It says image img, src, which is the source, and your source could be within your file tree structure. We are just going to do an actual link to an image online.
Okay.
So we can have an image,
and
that's in your quotes, and then ALT, you should always have an alternate description of what your image is for people who have disabilities. So when they have text readers and they can't see it, it will read image is mountain view for people who can't see. So let's find an image. So we know this is the structure. I'm just gonna copy this.
Okay. And mine also has a height and a width here, but I'm not going to necessarily do that. I'm just going to copy the image, src.
I do think it's important to put a height in an image, and I'll tell you why.
Okay, well then I will copy and paste the whole thing then. All right.
So for free high resolution images, I like Unsplash. Unsplash.com. Really pretty pictures. You'll see them in a lot. There's some pictures that you'll see, and I use almost all these Unsplash res for all of our social media graphics. So some images that look familiar. So what do we want to picture, Mercedes? What are we looking for our one?
Something that would be nautical, like an anchor or a lighthouse or a ship or some ocean something deep water.
Anchor? Let's type in anchor. Let's see what we come up with.
Okay, very cool.
So, you just pick a picture that you think would be, or, you do a search on something like, fine. Or what else? Or nautical? Maybe I'll type in nautical. Nautical. I don't know how to spell nautical. How do you spell nautical? Oh, it came up. No, it didn't.
Oh, it's giving me a 0, so hold on here. Let me do.
I'll just do anchor again. I'll just find. It doesn't really matter. Do you know what I mean? Like, we'll just. I wonder if you type in Navy, if something would be better. But they just have really nice. Oh, there's. Some of these. Oh, Navy color. I see.
Oh, aviation, of course. What the heck? Okay, now do you have a paid account, Toanne? Do you have a paid account?
No, I would say 99% of the.
Are you paying for your account on Unsplash?
No, completely free.
Okay. Because mine's coming up with 0 free. I'm not getting anything on my end here, but
I don't.
It's also taking forever to download.
I have to log in too, because I don't know. But here, see this link right here, Mercedes? I'm going to use this as my image, and I'm going to just paste it in between my brackets. My SRC equals, and then the quotes. I'm just putting it there.
Instead of the pulpit rock, you're going to fill that in, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my Navy stuff popped up. Here we go. Okay.
And I'm going to call this old boat. Old boat. But for some reason, my image is not showing up. Why did my image not show up? That's weird. Do you see how my image is not showing up? What's wrong here? Let me see what's going on here. Oh yeah, see this little, I clicked on this little red error message and it says, you don't need a doc type on CodePen. I know I don't, but just put it here, what you normally put in the body. So, that's the one thing I don't like about CodePen.
But you're putting it there anyway, right? Okay.
Yeah. And it's giving me an error message. I'm like, that's fine, I'm okay with that. But my image is not showing up.
And where would it show up? Oh, I see right there, one Navy spouse, and then I see, got it. It's giving me the alternate. Yeah, my image isn't showing up either. Do you use Imager at all for any of this as well, or no?
No, it's not necessary.
Or instead, or whatever, yeah.
I just need to find an image. Free image of anchor. I cannot type anchor.
Okay. I just Googled anchor image, so.
Yeah. I'm just trying to find a picture that will work in here. You know what? I'm going to take this out just because it's giving me difficulties, and I don't see if this will help me bring up my
So yeah, my picture isn't showing up either.
Shit, I had one the other day that worked. Let me save this real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I did this like yesterday real quick just so I can. The one yesterday. Where is it? I wonder if I deleted it. I did one yesterday on Sally Ride, just to.
Oh, fun.
Let me see if this is it. Just to do it. Yes.
If I have to pick somebody, I'll probably pick Grace Hopper.
Yeah. So this is one I did yesterday, real quick, just because I was playing around with it.
Yep.
I want my picture to show up. I'm just going to use this picture because I know it works.
Yeah.
And in this picture, I did put the width and the height.
Okay.
But I got to go back.
Yeah.
Anyways, we don't want to spend too long on that. But you know what I mean? Like.
Yeah. So I guess I'd have to go figure out why it's not showing.
It could be the link. It could be the actual link that we've been using. But now that I put that one that I had yesterday,
Yeah.
it's showing up, but it's gigantic. Do you see how big it is?
It is huge. Yes, it is. Because you don't have the size. You haven't limited the size of it.
So I'm going to do width equals, I don't know, like 600 pixels. Height equals 600. Let's see if that helps. Yeah. See, do you see how it shrunk it down?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Do you want this link, Mercedes? And so you can put it in yours too? Or do you want to just find one later? It's either way. I could put it in the chat window so you can have that same link.
Yeah, so I can just know that it works. That'd be great.
How many things here? Hold on, let me find.
I should be able to, from your screen, cut and paste, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Send me a chat, Mercedes.
Okay.
So I can find you.
I'm clicking on chats. Oh, wait, hold on. No, down there at bottom. Got it. Here we go. Hi. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Where is it?
It's showed up in the middle of the screen for me. I'm like, that's not where it normally is, but
Okay.
okay, perfect.
Take that, okay?
Oh, no, I don't want to see.
Okay, let's bring up my code. Okay. So we have a picture in there. This is Sally Ride.
Okay, and it shows up so gorgeously tiny on mine. I have height 42 and width 42 because that's what I just copied from before. So we have height we're 600, got it.
You just pick whatever. I just needed it to be smaller because it was taking the whole page. So okay.
Yep,
so
no, perfect.
We have our title. We have our image. The next step is we're going to do our unordered list items, right?
Uh-huh.
So underneath our image, we're going to do UL.
UL.
And then I always just go ahead and make my closing one just so I don't forget it.
Because you're smart and we tend to forget things. That's exactly right. Okay. And then LI. And then the topics will be new spouses.
Yeah, new spouses.
And then the next one. Oops, shooty.
And then sometimes I'll just like copy that line above and then I'll just copy it like 5 times and then I'll just fill in the middle of it.
Oh, that's brilliant. Okay, here we go. Yeah.
I'm lazy. Most people are lazy, so.
No. Well, in the programming world, it makes sense because a lot of what we're doing is repetitious anyway. The fewer times I actually have to do it.
So we can say new spouse, seasoned spouse.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you know what I mean? Whatever you want to write.
Uh-huh. And then I'm going to retired spouse, but got pets, got kids.
I mean, whatever you feel like you want to write.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do 3 because I can't think of anything else. So I have 3. So if you move down your page, you should have a bullet point with, I have 3 items. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes,
and
perfect.
the last thing that we want to do is our anchor tag. So we want to link it to something else. Like if you have a Facebook page you want to link it to, or
For the
maybe,
moment, let's link it to navy.mil
okay.
because I know that site's up and running and works, so that's pretty easy.
Navy.mil.
Uh-huh.
It's probably HTTPS. I'm like 99%.
Yeah, it sure is. So,
And then, so between the anchor tags is what's going to be highlighted in blue and underlined. So what do we want it to be called? Navy resource or Navy?
just Navy info, Navy information, or yeah, Navy, yeah, that works.
So right here, our hyperlink is navy.info. It's in blue and it's underlined, which that's how you know it's a link.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we have all of the elements on our web page that we sketched out, that we talked about, right? And the last step is to make it look pretty. You know what I mean? Do you notice how everything is on the left-hand side? Nothing's centered. All the text is just black. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So on our CSS window, our middle window, let's just make our heading in the middle of the page, centered. So this component is called H1, right?
Yes.
H1, and you have open and curly brackets. And then you write in the property that you want. So we want it to be, and I know this off the top of my head only because I know how to design stuff. But if you didn't know, how do I center an H1 tag? You would go Google it.
Okay.
Go Google how to center an H1 in CSS. It will auto populate some information for you. So and that's what people usually do. They actually keep on Googling things until they know it. You know what I mean? So the first result that came up is text align property will be center. Text align center. So guess what? I'm just going to actually copy it. I'm not even going to type it. I'm going to highlight and copy it. Text align center. Put it there. And there you go. My title is now centered.
It's beautiful. Yep, it sure works.
Right?
I'm tracking you.
And this is really nice. This is the one nice thing about CodePen is that you could just start styling immediately without linking your CSS page. But we want people to know how to link their CSS page so that, you know what I mean, future projects they can do it. And it's not something that is super hard, but it's something that we don't want you to forget. You know what I mean? So how
right.
You know, so the next thing is our image. Do we want our image in the middle? What do we want to do with our image? Same thing? Yeah, let's do the same thing with our image. So
yeah, let's do the same thing with that.
So with image, we're going to do the same thing. Text align center. Let's see if this works. For some reason, I don't know why that's not working. See, this is a thing. You're just like, why did that not work? So let's do this. Google it again. Make an image centered in CSS. So if it doesn't work, Google why it's not working, and maybe we have to use a different property. How to make it? Do I want to do this one? Centering things. So this is centered. This is centered. And it's telling you can do text align centered. Okay, we tried that and that did not work. So what else can we do? And it gives you examples of things you could try. Image display text, where the center, you know what I mean? So you Google things and you say, okay, I did try this text align center. It did not work. What else can I do? And it gives you these other options. So let's see. Just gonna copy height position.
Oh, it says margin. Okay.
You know what I mean?
To make it, they're talking about to center image, use margin auto and make it into a block element.
Oh, that's ugly. Yeah, but let's try that. We could do that. Margin auto. Did that work? Did that do anything? That did nothing for me. So
Yep, it sure did. It centered mine. So I just copied and pasted their display block margin auto width 40%.
are we on the same
Hold on, let me go back up.
40%?
Now I went up to, I'm at w3schools.com under CSS center, CSS layout, horizontal and vertical align.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
Google, right? You just have to.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just use this one. It doesn't really matter. But you know, it doesn't really matter what you use as long as it works for you. And that's weird. It's got a weird margin now. It's not really
Oh, and you gave yours a border. Oh, ooh la la. Fancy schmancy.
that's still not right. Anyways, we're gonna go on because you understand. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
picture property that you want.
Yeah.
We have a title. We have an image. We have our bullets. Let's say you want to make your bullets bigger or a different color. Let's say your bullet points. And what are our bullet points? They're list items, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's just make them blue. So you could do list item and color. I mean, you could put a hexadecimal color in.
Right.
But I'm not going to, actually, I can't do it. I'm not going to do it blue because then it looks like an anchor tag. So let's do
Oh, you're right.
red. You know what I mean? Like, you pick whatever color you want
Mm-hmm.
to design it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say we don't want our anchor tag to have the underline underneath it. You could do A, and you could actually look that up. How do I remove the underline? So this is called text decorate none. That should be it. Wait, hold on, that didn't work. Text decorate, maybe I didn't type it right. Remove underline from link in CSS. So like when you start typing things, you're just like,
Yeah.
did that not work? Let me go look that up. But I like W3 School. They're very correct. Color hot pink.
Yeah.
Visited. I want it to be text display, text decoration none. See, that's the thing about CodePen. I'm like, I know that's right. Text decoration. Oh, I put decorate, not decoration. See, now the underline is gone.
Mm-hmm.
And you can
Got it. Okay.
You know what I mean? So that's the nice thing about CodePen. You could just style immediately and it looks and you can see everything. Okay, so Mercedes, we have created our H1 title. We have an image. We have our list items. We have a link, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you love your project. You're feeling good about your tribute page. You're like, I want to share this with the world. I'm pretty proud of myself. Look what I built. If you go to change view,
Okay.
you go to full page. Oh, hold on. Let's save first.
Oh, it's right here. So save.
Save. And save.
And what did it just save? What did it just save to?
It saves in their database cloud.
Okay.
So then you go to change view and go to full page. And then now you could see it, how it would look as an actual web page.
Hold on. I got to verify my email address first before it'll let me do that. So hold on. I got to go open up my shut down Outlook. Do this real quick. Sorry for the, there we go. Let's see here. Come on back.
So this page it's actually pretty ugly because I mean we built it in less than an hour. You know what I mean? And that's just a good starting point.
Right.
But that's okay because the point is that you need to understand how to build a page, how to get it on. You have to find out your structure and then take as long as you want to design. because that's the fun part. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's the fun part, making things look pretty. But understanding how to actually build it out, do you know what I mean? And you start building, your first one is horrendous. Your first like 5 to 10 stuff is just kind of ugly, you know what I mean? But you start to get really good, and then you start to like, oh, I like this certain technique. I'm going to look this up and make it use this technique on CSS. So it's the whole like, okay, I need to build things for me to understand how it works. Now I'm going to make it look really pretty and fantastic. So are you up full page now, your view? So do you see this link right here?
I am. I'm at full page and I'm looking at it.
Yeah, that if you gave that link,
Which link?
if you give that link to someone else, they can look at
Wait,
exactly
okay.
right here. This is your URL, right?
Really? Yeah.
You send
Yeah.
that to someone, they can look at your page. It is
Whoa.
that it is.
Okay.
That's the good thing about CodePen. You could share your projects immediately.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So if you take that URL, if you copy it and you put it in a different web browser, or send it to your friend or your family, have them check it out. They can look it up on their phone or their own personal device. So that's a cool thing. You can share your projects immediately out.
Okay. Great.
And let's say I built something that you're like, oh, Toyan, that tribute page is so great. I want to see how you built it. You could actually, do you see this right here? It says fork, F-O-R-K.
Yes.
You could,
And that's like in GitHub where you take a fork so that you can modify it without changing the original files, right?
You make a copy of the project, and then you could play around it with yourself without messing up their project. You get a direct copy onto your machine. So with CodePen, you could actually, if you see people's project on CodePen and you want to see how they built it,
Mm-hmm.
and play around with your own, stuff. So
Okay.
CodePen is fun. You know, like you could play around with it. I would suggest your group build a tribute page. Make it, take some time to make it look pretty. Give it a couple of days. Sometimes I build something, it looks okay, and then I start adding stuff, and then the next day I'm like, oh, I don't like any of that anymore. You know what I mean? So then sometimes projects take me like a good week or two for me to like really like it, for me to be like, okay, I'm happy with this. I will share. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I'm not one of those people that would build something immediately and just share it out, because this I would not share out. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is
Right.
something fun. This is educational. This is something so you understand the concept.
Mm-hmm.
And so, do we meet our objectives today? Did we structure out our project? Yes. Do we build out our project? Yes. Do we understand the components and how to do things if we get stuck?
Yes. And we also have understand now we have with this CodePen, we have a resource tool where you can do something and then share it so someone else can see what we're doing, which is a big deal. That's the next step in what we got going on.
You could use GitHub in a text editor. And, I think next week, if you want to do this once a week, Mercedes, I'm more than happy to do an individual lesson and record. And so we could share with your group.
Okay.
I think let's do CodePen this week or the next 2 weeks, and then I'll show you how to build it in an actual text editor and how to push it on GitHub, because GitHub does the same thing. It's a little bit more steps.
Right.
But, you can link if you built a profile page, and I think that's another project people could build. Is build their own profile page so they can show people, this is things that I know how to build. You could link it to your CodePen or your GitHub. And I really want your group to focus on creating structure. Plan out, blueprint, plan out what your portfolio is. Do I want to have a nav bar? What do I want to have on my nav bar? About page, contact, projects, hobbies. Really think about, if I had to build a web page and someone went to go look at it, what would people see? You know what I mean? And take some time. Websites are always constantly changing. I don't know anybody that hasn't fixed their website at least 10 to 20 times. This is something that, and sometimes people change it per season. Like every season they just put a new theme in and new pictures in and new projects they're working on. So I hope this helped you out today. Did that?
No, it really, really did. Now, if somebody comes to me and says, great, I want to do this, but then how do I get it to where I own it and it's mine and I can do other stuff with it? It's okay to keep it like this, or if they wanted to host it, they could self-host it via another angle, or do they have to go to GoDaddy and buy the domain, or how does that all work for them?
You want an actual profile page. Like, this is mine. I'll show you mine real quick. It's my website. Your website should be your name. You know what I mean? Or your brand. If it's not your name, it should be something
But how do you go get that website? Where does that come from?
I bought mine on Namecheap.com. So, and I have my website and my hosting through Namecheap.com. But you could use GoDaddy, Namecheap.com. And so a domain name is like, I don't know, $10 to $12 a year, the name. And then to host is another, depending on your package, is another $10 to $12, depending on the package that you pick. So buying a domain name and hosting it is, I would say, less than $30 a year.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
no, that's really cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then you build it through HTML and CSS or whatever platform you decide. But this is mine. This is my website. It's slow. I'm going to redo it eventually, but mine has some JavaScript in it, so it's interactive and you can it types and you can read stuff. You know, just whatever you want to do, like whatever is your personality. So then you can scroll down and you can look at more stuff. Like, this is what I do. I'm not really going to go too much into it, but like,
yeah, no, that's great.
You know, like these are the projects I've worked on. You know, put as many as you want. Do you want to work with me? Send me a message. And then my social media. I like this though. My heart's beating. So you see that?
Wonderful.
So that's something that we can get to a certain point too. But it's just slowly building and learning. And that's the point, is like, we want you to build, we want you to learn. Let's see, I think we need to, I'm going to stop screen sharing real quick. Just like, you. But that took about an hour, us sketching it out, our planning it out. And I think it's really nice to take a couple of days to design and like style it how you want it to style, you know what I mean? And I think, remember that website I posted in our group about the lady that built 180 websites in 180 days?
That was crazy insane, yes.
It was crazy insane, but she got really good quickly, you know what I mean? I bet her first ones, I bet you it may have taken her like hours to do her first couple of websites. But then she had a boilerplate structure that she always used, plugged it in, changed different things, you know what I mean? So it's really about you guys building on your knowledge and getting really strong in fundamentals, really understanding. And don't be afraid, like, I'm like, this should work. But I was wrong. So then I'm like, okay, I'm going to look it up. It's text decoration, not text decorate. You know what I mean? Which is something.
No, that's very encouraging because we're like, oh, good, we all do this. Yeah.
We always like,
yeah, it's wonderful.
Isn't this right? And you're like, oh, no, it's not. Let me just go ahead and double check. So,
right.
So you could show it to, I'm going to upload this on YouTube, and then I'll send you the link so you could have your group view it later if they want at home. So I hope that's helpful.
Yeah, no, wonderful. That's perfect.